Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel and you do like what you see and hear, definitely subscribe to the channel before you leave and hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. And make sure to share on all your social media sites that you're on. All right. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and my Instagram as well, which that information will be in the more info box below, right below the video. Okay. So I'm so happy to be back in front of the camera. I feel like I haven't been back in a while. I haven't been here in a while. It's probably like a week or so. So I'm back. So that's always a great feeling. So happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone. Okay, so this video, it's just about like something that actually came to me like a couple of days ago. I just kind of thought about it, and it's like part of a struggle I've been experiencing. I know a lot of other women have experienced it as well. It's just like a thought that came to me. Okay, so you know how I know a lot of you, and I know I do as well. You watch and listen to and follow a lot of male relationship coaches in general, and a lot of people who have like different ministries, Christian ministries, where they talk about getting closer in your walk with Christ, and then also just dating. And they most of these ministries are aimed at women, right? They're talking to us women about how to wait on your God ordained husband and things you could do to also just better yourself in general. So besides just a husband, getting maybe finding your purpose, find out what is your purpose in life. Why are you even here? Why did God put you here? Because we all have a purpose, right? So finding out what that purpose is and getting closer to God, XYZ, and then of course finally what's obtaining that husband that so many of us are longing for, and getting that perfect, or seemingly perfect, family life that we have, all really been wanting for such a long time. So most of the life coaches nowadays, and this is actually funny because my friend she had a Facebook post about this, and she had, I told you about my friend. She has like so many interesting like Facebook posts that she puts up. So they really like kind of spark your mind and really get you to thinking. So she had a Facebook post not too long ago about this, how there's so many life coaches like just popping up like all over the place, right? Like you got Tony Gaskins Jr. He's one of the most like world renowned. I mean, this guy is everywhere, and I love him, by the way. I know a lot of you probably follow him too, right? Like you can't go to Facebook without seeing like somebody repost a quote. I probably post it. I post a lot of his stuff myself, from Tony Gaskins Jr. He's all over Facebook. He's all over the internet, period. He's pretty much everywhere. He has his own YouTube channel, which I follow faithfully. Like he has books, out. This guy, he's like in Africa now. He's in Nairobi and everything. I've been following his vlogs on it. So this guy is pretty successful, and he's helped so many different women and men as well with relationships. So he is a world renowned relationship coach, and he came from. He came from from nothing. He came from just, he had to build himself up, a life of, crime and getting into the wrong things. And if you know his story, he's really powerful and inspirational. So, yeah, so you got Tony Gaskins Jr., then you have Stefan Lavoisier. He's the next one. That's the guy with the dreads, so you got him. He has a very soothing voice, too. Yeah, so you got Stefan Lavoisier. He got the book, Where's My Boaz, I think it's called Where's My Boaz, or... Yeah, I think I got it right. If I got it wrong, correct me, please. Yeah. So you got Stefan Lavoisier. He's right up, next to Tony Gaskins. Then you got Aldouin Tard. Then you got who's the next popular male one? I think there's another male one. But yeah, those are like the three I can think of who are really, really popular. Okay, and Oh, Steve Harvey, of course. Okay, so most of these guys are talking to, to women. You have so many male coaches. Then you have your female. On your female side, you have like the Heather Lindsay. Okay, so Heather Lindsay is really popular. I don't know if you all follow her. I follow her as well. She has a beautiful ministry. So you have Heather Lindsay. You have Anointed Fire. She has a YouTube channel. Her name is Tiffany Buckner. Tiffany Buckner or Tiffany Kameni. I forgot which one is her married name, which one is her maiden name. So yeah, so Anointed Fire, Heather Lindsay. Let me see. I think it's another one. I think it's another woman that I'm forgetting here that I'm leaving out. But yeah. And so many, you kind of get the picture, right? So you got some female ministries, and also there are other channels that I follow as well. That other female channels as well. Well, yeah, like Ashley Empowers. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so there are so many different. If you all probably watch these people as well too. So there are so many different, like female channels that I follow, and then male channels, as well. Male, ministries and coaches and things of that nature. Okay, so the biggest difference that I noticed between the male and female relationship and life coaches is that it seems that like when it comes to their directions that they give women as far as like how to be found by their Boaz, how to be found by their Adam, or whatever you want to call them, same thing. Is like the men I noticed, the biggest difference, like they all have so many similarities, but the biggest difference that's so synonymous with between the two of them is that the men tell you to physically position yourself when trying to be found by your mate, as opposed to the women coaches or the women who have ministries, they kind of advise you not to physically position yourself, but rather to spiritually position yourself. So, you wonder, okay, so who's right, who's wrong, and which is better? Okay, so in essence, I found in my theory that it's all about being in what I call ready mode. Okay, ready mode. This is being in ready mode in general. So neither method is necessarily wrong, and you can actually combine the two. And you're like, okay, well, how so? Yeah, you can use both methods, because you think of it like this. You gotta go out anyway. Anytime you and not only like your chores that you do, like your errands you have to run. Like, I gotta go to the bank to pay this bill. Or I gotta go to the post office. Or whatever. Not just like the stuff you have to. I'm not saying that your husband can't find you there too. There have been people who have just been like on an errand that they had to be on, and then they found their husband there. But and kudos to them. But I'm saying, like, in the midst of all that stuff you have to do, try to make time in your life to do some social stuff too. Because a lot of people, they have these really crazy schedules and they're not making time for themselves. So, ladies, you have to stop sometimes and make some stuff, make some time for some stuff you want to do. So try to do some activities. I would say out of a month, or 4 weeks a month. So try to maybe 2 of those weeks, make sure you go into some sort of event or going somewhere, just doing an activity with your friends or by yourself. Doing something you want to do just because you wanted to do it, and not necessarily to be found by your man. It's almost like a trick of the mind. Like, you have to get your mind to thinking, because that it's possible every time you walk in the house, he can find you, right? So that's kind of always in the back of your mind. So I always have to kind of tell myself, like, when I go out to events and things like that, or just everyday life, like, okay, don't go out, like, don't be obsessive about it. You don't be obsessive, because that can drive you nuts too. You want to just live your life. You want to just live your life, and not have to always think about that, because that's kind of that shouldn't be your focus anyway. It's going to happen when it's going to happen in due season, so you don't want to be going, ape, going ape ham over it all the time, just going crazy, like, like, oh my god, is that him? Is that him? Because then you find yourself sniffing at every man that walks by, which is kind of how I was, so, and it can be really a tedious process. I mean, it can just drive you bananas. I was just like stressed out, and I'm like, what is wrong with me, And the way to alleviate a lot of that stress that you're feeling, you might be feeling, I know a lot of us are, is by chasing God. And that's what I learned learned from looking at a lot of ministries as well. You know, like just I was chasing the wrong thing, and just also I learned that by getting closer to God is that you're chasing the wrong thing. You know, you're chasing these men, and this is why you're finding yourself back in a position where you are, you know, depressed, and you know you are feeling hopeless, and you feel like this is never going to happen because you're not even, your eyes are not even still on the right thing. You're not, your mind is not even on the right thing. You know, and in the Bible it says be anxious for nothing. You know, so that's what God is instructing you to do. Like, why are you so anxious? So you already, like, you being disobedient in that. You know, like, that's the reason why you're feeling like you're feeling. You know, so you might want to, you know, drop those feelings of anxiousness and chase after Him. You know, you should go and get closer, you know, to Him. Go closer to God, and you should be, your focus every day should be, how do I get closer to God? How do I, you know, strengthen my walk with Him? How do I get to know Him better? You know, so what I do is I get into my word every day. I read my word. You know, I meditate. I know I told you all that in the last video. I like to pray. I meditate a lot. You know, and I just talk to Him however I'm feeling. You know, I focus on that, and then the next thing I focus on, I chase it after, is my purpose. So whatever my purpose is that He has in my life, I focus on this. My purpose is my ministry, of course. So what I do here with you guys, and also just other things I'm trying to do, you know, writing my book and things of that nature. So I focus on that, and that's what you're supposed to be focused on. And before you know it, the feelings of anxiousness that you had before on my husband, where is he at, like, they start to kind of fade away, they dissipate, and they go into the background of your mind. So you're not really even thinking about it anymore. You're not all crazed out like you was before. You know, you're not spazzing. You know, you like, husband, what? Oh, oh yeah, that. You know, you're not really, you know, cuckoo bananas like you were before. And I noticed I've been feeling so much better. You know, because I'm able to focus on me, which is kind of what your single season's about. You can kind of think about yourself. You know, before he comes along, you can think about what you got to do so you be ready for him when he does come along. So staying in ready mode, that is my biggest advice I can give to myself and to you all as well. Just stay in ready mode, like, no matter where you go. So when you go out to on your regular errands, and also when you go out to the world just to have fun, you know, you just, you know, you're out there, you're having fun, you're having a good time. Make sure you go for you. So make sure the purpose of where you're going, you're just going to have fun. You don't want to go someplace and you think like, I'm going because I'm going to be found tonight, and that's what's gonna happen. Like, no, because it won't work. It never does. You know, I've done that before. Like, it never does. You know, because you can't control that. So, you know, just go out and make sure you're having a good time. So make sure the purpose of it is, I'm doing this for me. I'm just doing something for me. You know, this is girls' night out, or this is my night out. You know, and hey, if he finds you, great. If not, you still had a good time. Because if you go there for the sake of being found and you don't, you're going to go home and you're going to, like, you know, you're going to be like, oh, it sucks. You know, you're going to just have this kind of, you know, this kind of sad, longing kind of, you know, feeling, you know. You know, you're going to feel really bad. You know, we don't want you depressed and down and your loneliness. And, you know, you're going to feel kind of distraught. Like, you'll be devastated, you know, because this is what you built your hopes up on. You built your hopes on this evening leading to you meeting your Prince Charming, and it didn't happen. But who set those expectations, God or you? You did. You set up your own. You said it, and you kind of idolized the idea, and it didn't happen. Now you're pissed. You know, so don't do that to yourself. It's like you set it up, you piss yourself off. Don't piss yourself off. You know, yeah, enough people in this world who will piss you off. Don't piss yourself off too. So don't even do it. You know, so I try not to do that. You know, when I go out and I see men, if I see the men who are attracted to me, I may look at them, and then, you know, I try not to look too much. You know, eye contact scares me. I'm sorry, but I had to admit that. Somebody, like, eye contact scares me. Like, with men, like, I try, because I don't want to think that I'm staring, and I don't want them to think that I'm staring. You know, and I'm like, I'm not staring. You know, like, even if I think they're attracted, I'm just kind of scanning the room. But I think everybody scans the room when they go to a lounge or go anywhere in public. You just scan the room, you know. And occasionally I'll catch a guy's eye, and you know, they smile or whatever, and I'll smile at them or whatever, you know. And if they don't approach, then okay, they were just acknowledging that they think you're pretty, and that was their way of saying hi. But they're like, they're not the one, because they're not over here with you. Okay, so get that through your head, you know. So what's the whole moral of this video? Just stay in ready mode, ladies, and you can use both the males and the females life coaches idea. You can be spiritually positioned and also physically positioned. You know, go out and have fun. You know, the females didn't mean stay in the house like a hermit. Yeah, because he ain't gonna come knocking at your door. Go out the house. By all means, yes, go out and have fun. I think that's what the men were saying. Like, you have to go out the house, you know, like, and even, and back to Tony Gas, he said, like, well, he ain't gonna come to your door, you know? He just not. He not gonna come to your door. Not unless he a FedEx man. I don't think that's him. Probably not. If he is, you know, you got lucky. Yours came met you at the door with a package. You know, but like, he delivered the package and, you know, I got a ring 6 months later. I'm like, all right, oh girl. But probably not, you know, so you gotta leave out the house. So when you go out the house, just be in ready mode. It can happen at any moment, you know, when you're not, you know, looking or not thinking about it. But don't focus on that. Chase guy. I saw some phrase on Facebook. It was, I'll leave you with this. I think it was chase guy so that you end up with a man you don't have to chase after. Something like that. But yeah, I thought that was so awesome. And I shared that post. I was like, hey man, yeah, if you chase guy, you get a man you don't have to chase after. Hey. Hallelujah. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this thing. I don't want this thing to go too long, but I just wanted to drop some encouragement on Sunday. But I hope you guys like the video. Make sure you share, and thumbs up and all that good stuff. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.